Hi everyone, this is Tao. I'm starting this channel today as an attempt to document some of the things that goes through my mind and what I'm up to, and for myself to reflect in the future. As a brief introduction, I am just over 30 years old. Right now I live in China. I speak Chinese and English, and I sell stuff online as a living. So right now, since we have the pandemic, no one can travel that freely, and you might not want to risk it just going everywhere. I've decided to pick up a few new hobbies or learn a few new things. Right now, I am learning Japanese and also Esperanto. Japanese is the main focus. Esperanto is just something I am learning on the side. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And also, I am trying to pick up violin. I've done violin when I was 5, more on that later as well. And also, I am trying to shed off some weight. Right now I'm about 93 kilos. I started this losing weight phase about a week ago, so November the 1st. And my goal is to, let's say, 20 kilos or about 42 pounds. So my target is around 73 kilos. And the main method I'm using is a combination. It's like a really low carb, but I wouldn't say it's entirely keto. I'm not that strict kind of diet, and I'm using a lot of fasting. Currently right now I'm on a 20-hour fast, so I had dinner last night, and I'm gonna have a meal in the next 2 or 3 hours. So these are the things that I would like to do and I would like to document. Let's talk about Japanese. I've always wanted to learn Japanese because we have so much anime, so much Japanese TV shows. This is an anime book. It's about a guy just walking around eating stuff in Japan. It has a hit TV show. So I always wanted to learn Japanese, but I never actually got the time, or I never actually figured out a way how to do my learning in Japanese. And right now I have just started, I'd say about 30 days, and I still can't say anything. I can do a little bit of Japanese reading. I've worked very hard on remembering the hiragana and katakana scripts. Right now, if I pull up one script, I would say there's about 95% chance I can say it correctly, including alternatives. But if you just piece them all together, like 5 or 6 hiragana or katakana together, it's going to take me a few seconds. So that's not going to be very useful as of now to read. But on the plus side is Japanese is a mixture of hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And kanji is basically like Chinese characters. There are some slight differences. First of all, the pronunciation would be quite far off. So some of them are quite similar. The characters, the kanji on its own, it's almost the same as they were in Chinese. Some of them are in traditional Chinese, but I can actually understand, and most of the meanings are kind of similar, so it helps me to understand the reading. So I think learning Japanese via reading is actually quite helpful to me, quite easy. And also in Japanese they use a lot of borrowed words from English. I think it's mainly English, and it's quite easy to understand once you get the hang of it, because this morning I came over a word appointment. That was on one of the shipping documents that we're sending to Japan, and it's written in Japanese. Basically it was like appointamento or something like that. Yeah, so once you can read even slowly, I can understand quite a bit or some of the context. I think that really helps. My method of learning Japanese is actually from Stephen Krashen. If you are trying to learn a language, you probably came by one of his videos or one of his books or something. So basically what he said is it's just purely input, and it has to be in context and comprehensible. So what that means is that at every single stage you need to be able to feed your brain something that you can actually understand. So it can't be too difficult. If I'm going to watch a TV show right now in Japanese, it's probably not going to work. If I'm going to read like a novel, literature, it's not going to work. But if I just go through this manga book, a lot of these foods we do know what it means, and you can read from the pictures and get an idea on what it is. So I'm doing that contextual input method, and right now I'm doing about an hour a day. Sometimes I do 2 hours if I'm feeling really good. And what I actually discovered is if I go through one book, I'm actually using another app, so it kind of marks out the words you know, the words you don't know. And if I go back to the text I've been learning from a week ago or 2 weeks ago, it actually becomes easier. I'm not exactly sure how far this will take me, but let's see. And on a side note, I cannot say anything. So I can kind of like say single words, say short sentences, but well, I didn't have the output experience to talk to anyone yet. So I might look into that in a few months. And about Esperanto, Esperanto is something I have been trying to learn for several years, but yeah, it's a time issue because people are so busy and just focusing on all the random things in life. And I heard that Esperanto is a relatively easy language to learn. I used to study mathematics and computer science, and I really loved like programming. I didn't get a job in that career, but from what I understand is Esperanto is an artificial language, so it has a very strict logic behind it. So it doesn't have all the random grammar and different exceptions in lots of languages, especially like English. English have like a ton of exceptions, and those are the things that's hard for you to remember or get a grasp or understand in the beginning. So I want to learn Esperanto, not to actually use it to speak or to travel with. I mean, there are communities I can find online, people just speaking Esperanto, and they say people are very welcome if you speak Esperanto, and you can make good friends all around the world because it's just so many people in their little silos learning Esperanto. The biggest reason I want to learn Esperanto is I heard that this language is like a gateway language to other languages. So if you learn Esperanto, it's going to make learning Spanish or Italian or French or even Russian, German easier. And Russian is something I wanted to learn. Italian is something I wanted to learn because I traveled to Italy several times, loved it. I hope I can go back there again, but the next time I can actually talk their language. On the second point is Esperanto seems to be quite easy to learn. They say you only need like 400 hours or so to actually gain some kind of fluency. I don't know what that some kind of fluency means. What I'm aiming for is just learning the logic, learning maybe 1,000, 2,000 Esperanto words, and then move on from that. Maybe I'll enjoy it so much that I will find language partners, I will find people to exchange, to trade in Chinese or in English to Esperanto. So we'll see about that. And the next thing is learning music, studying music, learning violin. Violin is something that has been on my list for at least 10 years. I used to play the violin when I was like 5-6 years old. I had a teacher. I don't remember much about it, but every time I think about it, I have happy memories. Violin is one of those, they say, like the most difficult languages to learn. It's all right. I got inspired, and it's something I just wanted to do for a long time. And why don't I start now? I'm not going to allocate a ton of time to it, maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day. And I don't think violin is like languages that you can learn the language on your own. Well, you still got to practice the language of someone else. But violin, I do need to find an instructor or tutor, which maybe sometime down the road I will actually look into that. And my goal for learning violin right now is that I want to play Vivaldi Winter No. 2 on the violin, because I've been watching Chef's Table and they always use that as an intro music, and I've been playing it in my car on my Sonos for the past couple of weeks, and I just got inspired and would like to learn it. Yeah, and the last thing is losing weight. So actually, this is not my first time. I think it's 2018 or 2019. Still during the winter, I took, starting from September all the way to about February, about 5 months, maybe until March, 5-6 months. I lost about 50 pounds. I was slightly heavier than right now, and I got all the way down to about 75, 78 kilos. I did that using the Keto method, which is very strict. I had several different phases. If you would like to hear more about it, I can share some of my opinions, my views, because I think keto is kind of a very hot topic, and so there are a lot of people saying, you shouldn't do it. It's debated quite a bit. I can share some of my findings, but it was successful. I did lose a lot of weight. It's probably going to be like the skinniest I have been in my adult life for about 2 years, and then summer came. I've been just a little bit liberate with beer drinking, with my food consumption and alcohol consumption. So it does let me gain quite a bit of weight. So I decided I need to lose them off again. And in the next 4 months or so, I will try to lose about 20 kilos or 45 pounds. I think that's totally doable. We'll see, because I'll be uploading videos and you can see my progress, and I will give you updates. Okay, and plans for this channel. So plans for this channel, there are several things. The first one is things I'm learning, things I'm studying, things I am trying to make a routine in my life. So like losing weight, learning language, these things, right? And the second thing is like productivity tips. It might be how to use your computer better, faster, and just some things I found out, and there are no one talking about it on the internet. I'm probably going to upload a video on that. It's going to be a screen recording, not a recording of me talking, a talking head, right? And also there are going to be some like softwares I found that's really good. I will share it there. If you're interested, you can try them yourself. And also I would share something around tech, things I found, especially like hardware that I find quite useful. I might do a new video on the whole Apple ecosystem, because I'm very well integrated. So you got the phone, the pad, the watch, the speakers, the MacBook, the Apple TV. I got the whole set of Apple's products and how it works for me, some tips and tricks. And the last one is just things I find interesting in general. Number 5 is I will share some parenting experiences and my thoughts as well, because I do have a kid and he is 5 years old, and I'm trying to teach him different languages. I'm trying to explore the world with him, and there's a lot of trial and error. I think that's very interesting to document. Yeah, that's pretty much my introduction to this channel. If you're interested, please like and subscribe to this channel. You can leave a comment. I will respond to them, and maybe there's like a new topic ideas I could cover in the next video, or somewhere in the future. I'm planning to release a video like every 3 or 4 days, and also I will have a Chinese channel. I will be talking in Chinese. If you're learning Chinese, you can follow that channel, or if you want to hear me speaking Chinese, I don't know if anyone wants to do that, you could go there as well, and I will provide a link in the description box below. Thank you, and this is Tao, and I will see you in the next video.